Just got done watching Guida versus Nate Diaz. Real fun fight, real fast-paced fight. Glad I got to see it. Awesome fight. Of course, if you've already seen it, Guida won. Tough fought, split decision. I think that's a fair judgment on the judge's part. It was just, there's some real good stuff in there. There's a full Nelson in there. There's some good slams from Guida. Some nice peppering from Nate. Just overall a good fight, and I just love those guys. They're gamers, you know. Some guys, you know, will go out there and, you know, prolong fights, but even though this went to a decision, you always have that in your mind that, I mean, Clay's just pushing the action constantly, and so is Nate doing what he can. All right, so got that one right so far. 1-0. That's good. I like to see in the future maybe Clay fight someone like a contender, or maybe even the champ after. We'll see who's the champ soon, but I like to see him fight a champ. Yeah, I like to see him in the 5 rounds. Alright, just got done watching Karo Parisyan versus Dong Hong Kim, and that was a good fight. Wasn't one of the best fights, but it was a good fight. First round, it seemed like it was Kim pretty much riding Karo most of the round. I give him that round because he had his back most of the round. Then the second round got a little more interesting. Karo came out. You could hear Greg Jackson talking about how this was the warm-up the first round was, and he came out and he actually got a really nice judo throw, and he also had a good Kimura going for a while. Other notable things in the round were his mouthpiece came out again, and he got a warning by Josh Rosenthal because Josh Rosenthal thought he was trying to halt the bout, I guess, by spitting out his piece. But as Joe Rogan pointed out, it looked like it was falling out, not on purpose, but probably because it's a cheap mouthpiece not molded to his teeth or whatever. So yeah, pretty good. And then we got the final round, which was the worst, more slower round of the the 3 rounds, and it saw pretty much Karo controlling the fight against the cage for the most part of it. And he got the split decision, and I'd say he earned that, or maybe even a clean decision. Good fight. Not spectacular or anything, but it was a good fight. Good for Karo. He's back, and he made me go 1-1. So there's another cap in his feather. And next we have Stephan Bonnar versus John Jones. I thought it was interesting that John Jones came out to pose Angry Johnny, which it's kind of a weird context to be in because in it, Poe is talking about how she's going to blow Johnny. And I don't know why he chose that song. I don't know. But anyway, to the fight. First round. John Jones really looks 6'4", and I think they have Stephan Bonnar listed at 6'4", but he's not 6'4" if John Jones is 6'4", because John Jones is huge, and he has a good a good inch on Stephan. So, good fight to start. A lot of takedowns from John Jones in the first round, just crazy takedowns. One in particular, belly to back suplex, beautiful. I mean, he just really has good wrestling. And also, he hits this crazy spinning elbow, which catches the back of Bonnar's head and just sends him down to the mat, just really cold. But he's able to recover, luckily. Stephan Bonnar has a really good chin. I mean, he took a lot of punishment that first round. Second round, more of the same. You could see Bonnar come out more determined. He doesn't do the little the fist knock with John. John offers it, but you can see Stephan doesn't want to be his friend. He wants to try to turn it up a notch, and he does that for a while. And you know, he works that for a while. And I pretty much had that one even for the longest while. Then all of a sudden, John brings out of nowhere. John Jones brings out a snap suplex, which is crazy. And that kind of just gave me him the round again. And in the third round, it's just too little, too late from Stephan Bonnar. As he's trying to get. John was kind of more gassed than Stephan, but really didn't matter. Just close. But I mean, that last round was close, kind of. But I still gave it to John. It was just kind of a boring round. The last one. Those first 2 rounds were awesome. I think they said the reach on John Jones was 84 inches, which is insane. I mean, if you take me, I'm a pretty big guy. With all this fatty shoulders, you think it'd help me, but I'm like 80 inches and a half. That's 84 inches. That guy has some reach on him. He's going to be a force. I mean, the only problem I can see him having is I don't know how his submission game is, but he looked good tonight. I know he beat Gosimo a while back, and he just beat Stephan Bonnar, which is a big upset to me. Now I'm, 1-2. Yeah, thanks, Johnny. Yeah. But exciting fighter, good to see him get a win. It's fun to see a new fighter start and take off, although it is sad to see someone like Bonnar, catch another tough break. So, yeah, gonna end it. Just got done watching Thiago Silva versus Lyoto Machida. Very, very good fight. I enjoyed that fight greatly. We started off and Lyoto goes right into his, cat and mouse game, keeping his distance, coming in for short shots. And finally, he comes in one where Thiago kind of walks into it and rocks him and sends him to the floor. And that's when Lyoto gets really aggressive, is when he sees a hurt, he sees someone wounded. He gives him no breathing room, He's right on top of him, and he's just pressing down. He's trying to get on top of him, but, Thiago is working the leg kicks well and stuff, and it's just a standoff for the longest time like that. With you got Machida hitting Thiago's backside and Thiago teeing off on Machida's knees. So that's how it was for a long time, just going back and forth with Machida trying to keep dominant position. Then when they finally get back up and the round's almost over, and Machida comes in and gets a really quick, nice trip, and then he rears back and he comes over that right and just drops. Thiago's just out, and then he has a little follow-up punch, and Yves Levine is in there early. Good timing. I love Yves Levine. He's a good ref. He's one of those newer refs that I like. One of the newer waves of refs, and he gets him off and gets him off of him. It's right at the buzzer, and it's a close one, but it was in, and Lyoto Machida wins again. And he takes a poll from the crowd if they think he's ready for a title shot, and they actually was a pretty good response for that, a really good uproar. And that's usually a good way to gauge, things, in case, you think you're getting the runaround by the UFC management, let the audience, get behind you after an exciting win, and they'll probably pull for you. So I hope they set that up. Something they need to take Lyoto Machida to the next level. He just beat a really tough guy in Thiago Silva, and I think Silva will be able to rebound. He's young still, and he's still got a lot of fight left in him. I'd like to see him, get another good fight soon. Kind of get this off his mind. But yeah, good fight. Really enjoyed it. All right, just watched BJ Penn versus GSP. Good fight. First round was very even. GSP was going for the takedown a lot. Had one leg of Penn for the longest time and couldn't get the takedown. So I gave a few points there for BJ for that. Being evasive, keeping away from the takedown, hopping on one leg like he's known for. But on the other hand, it looked like GSP was hitting more strikes. Were landing for him standing. And then the other 3 rounds that proceeded after that were pretty much him getting BJ down. There's him off. Him getting BJ down and then just staying on top of him, and BJ trying to absorb as much punishment as he could without getting in the fight called. And it was sad to see. I'm a BJ fan, but GSP's the better fighter today, and did a great job. Overall, it was a good fight. I'm looking forward to the Owls fight. That's going to be a good fight for GSP. I don't know how good Owls' takedown defense is. But anyway, that fight, I think Penn should, go back to 155 and, make his legacy there, because I don't think he could hang in 170, but he's not going to beat GSP anytime soon. So, yeah, good fight, good night. Actually, great card tonight. Everything delivered on the main card. I don't know about the undercard, but the main card was gold. This was definitely a really good UFC. This ranks up in like my top 5 UFCs. And I will put a little disclaimer out there. I've only been watching since like 2005, so they're probably a lot better cards. I don't know, but that was fun to watch. I recommend it. Thumbs up. I'm an entertained fan. I'm an entertained fan.